How's everyone? How y'all doing? How you doing? Right? No, I just had to just jump on here real quick. Had to jump on here real quick. Because I saw something that bothered me, man. I saw something that really bothered me. I answer rush up with this thing, man. Nissan Tara sharp at all. At all. You know what? Let me actually say something about this. It just didn't hit me. It just didn't hit me nice. And the fact that it came from from a Bafana captain, it just didn't sit nice with me. All right, that this is what we're doing, really. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Khune Critique. Let me do this. Let me do these. I do these and I do these. Then I do these. Then I do these. Does Khune actually have a point? Does Itumeleng Khune have a point? I figure let me even stream this one time. Stream this everywhere. I'm actually going on a content tear, bro. I think I'm going on a content tear, as they say, where I'm just outside. I don't even think about these things very much. I think I used to overthink a lot of the content I make. Or nah, it needs to be like this, it needs to be like that, it needs to be like these. No, I'm just like, fuck it, be bold, bro. You've got an idea, put it out, and then see what happens. Something doesn't hit the spot, put it out, see what happens. Because a lot of the time, when it comes to this content creation thing, I overthink it. I'm going into analysis. I want to do things the right way, the right time. It's got to look aesthetically appealing in a certain way.
nowadays, players have a lot of distractions. Your social media players have invested with social media, so
follow me.
They are not footballers anymore. They are ubabizani.
Angazi na mina ngimdala mina baba ngilazi na izinto yabona my 15-year-old daughter yena ngitshela kathi
influencers.
Yabona ke
Current players manje they don't care about their footballing career. That's why ngisho ukuthi you go just nowadays players have a lot of distractions. Your social media
even in that thing, there's comment sections about Linda Mtambo ke motho wa social media fela. Right? And he talks about, guys, now I myself, I'm building a brand. I go to these events to meet certain people. So Linda, when my playing career is over, I've got things to lean on. Because the moment I retire, I'm a distant memory. No one's checking for me. Y'all are not gonna be put money in his books. So he's like, hey dog, I'm going to these places, making conversations, meeting certain people, that when this playing career is over, I can live another 30, 40. Because let's say 35 average, 40 average, right? Your career ends. And this is us even thinking that the assumption is that batho kaofela ba gola Sundowns money, batho kaofela ba gola Chiefs money, batho kaofela ba gola Nyoga Pirates. Not the case, bro. Not the case, bro. Not the damn case. This brand chat hurt Beckham as well. So, and this is it. So it depends also. My chat is that it also depends how you structure your brand, how you position yourself out in the world. That's also it's critical. So now when what's up, Bruno? When who's this? Who was this man? It's top of my mind. Linda speaking about, I tell these younger gents, get a gents. Let's go enter some marketing courses here and there. Let's go do some marketing courses. What's up, Kini? And educate yourself on how to properly and effectively position yourself in this world, in this space of football, so that you become attractive, so that SuperSport calls you, so that SABC calls you. Because not everybody's going to be a Michael Morton. It's not going to happen. So Michael Morton, as y'all can see, Michael Morton has he's positioned himself. All the brands are coming towards him. And he saw this just towards the end of his career. Let me pivot a little bit. Let me unchain TikTok. Let me unchain the YouTubes. And now it's brands coming in, dog. SuperSport Bet, Oppo's coming in. Adidas is coming in. All these things are coming in as a revenue stream. So being the social, this thing of focusing on you are an influencer. You're an influencer. It's sort of, it's ikela phezulu, as Ulindo Pep would say. We ikela phezulu this thing. Not that exactly. You know, the issue is that most people sign pro contracts before their brains have developed. Yes. You see a couple of zeros. And you think that those couple of zeros, you then think to yourself, this is in perpetuity forever and ever. No. What contingencies do you have within that contract that protects you in perpetuity of your career that you'll be there? You could get an injury tomorrow, then what must happen? And when you get an injury, it doesn't mean when you get that injury, you can recover as best as you possibly can, but chances are you may not be the same guy, depending on what the injury is. Then what? The percentage of a person to become a football player is very small. A professional football player is small. Now to be a professional football player at the highest and most prestigious clubs, also another thing. I think it's so low. It is so low. Even what you're saying, even image rights themselves. These are things that may not even be explained to them adequately. They signed the contract, obviously, because they're trying to get them. They're trying to get theirs, and they're going to exploit you as best as you possibly can. So then you just sign. Because, hey, you out the hood. Hey, you're getting a big paycheck. Hey, you are being paid for the passion that you have. And people don't think about these things. So for me, when Khune says this thing, I said, no, we are only exposed to. Because then again, here's a caveat. No. Lena Khune, he's privy to more information than myself, I would assume, than most of us. Because Batoba Wabayiti, he's within the training ground, he sees these people. So maybe he's speaking in terms of their commitment to the game. He's speaking to the commitment to the craft, to being a professional. Maybe that's what he's speaking to. But in the same breath, we could have, as all of us, we could have just said, if you want to give such a blank statement, such a blanket statement to everybody, right? And just say, our players are professionals, our players are just social media people. You would have just easily said that. And say, what does Khune know about football? Khune is so focused more on enjoying and being popular. And the baddies. That would have easily said that, but is that really the truth? It just so happens, his relationship was public with this person that is in the forefront. So of course, him being the captain of South Africa, him being Chiefs captain, him being Itumeleng Khune, mixed up with Mini Dlamini, the optics just says wena omotoa banaba strata. You're not focused on ball. And that's disingenuous. It's not the whole scope. Because you're not going to sit and say, can we honestly say Khune did not practice, wasn't a professional? Can we honestly say that? But the optics show this. So how work about McCarthy are people that are busy on social media. Is it Aiden McCarthy, Lindam Tambo, whomever you may name. That's the only thing they are choosing to expose us to. But for me, Batoba, if there were to be a camera and follows them throughout the trainer, a month of training, day in the life of a football player, and we were to seriously look at that and see that, right, and see this, could we honestly then say, these professionals, they're just influencers, these people, they're not focused on the game? Could you honestly say that? So Avram is trying to do something, but okay, cool. He's stating facts. Am I supposed to be like hurt by this, or I don't know. Anyways, so there's a lot going on behind the scenes. There's a lot going on behind the scenes that we're not privy to. Like, that we're not privy to. There's so much that we're not privy to. And we only see this much. Remember Leka Pogba, when Pogba became a scapegoat, no, what do you mean? Just because you have a snapshot of them dancing in the change room. Now all of a sudden, when you're not serious about football. You're not serious. In the same breath, if you see a video, A1, of them training, you don't automatically assume, no, these people are always locked in. We're not balanced in our views. And I think that's an issue for me. That's a real issue. But in the same breath, that TikTok, obviously there needs to be a larger context. Because maybe Utumelo Khune had said more to give a greater context as to what exactly is saying. There's a reason, obviously, why things get clipped up the way they get clipped up and then served to us this way. But to just say our football players just want to be influencers, what's up, Msizi? No. And you need to be. I feel like it's a prerequisite. You have, like, it's one thing that players must do. You must build a brand, bro. Outside of this thing or in conjunction with your playing career. It's important. Because when you retire, nobody really cares that you retired, bro. Like, nobody cares you retired. No, nobody. Not Msizi, not Siyabonga, not Avram, not whoever will care that you retired. You just go, you forget. Like the retirements are our pros. They are so, bro, they are such a footnote in the football space. For majority of them. It's a footnote. So Nakira, while the iron is hot, while you are hot, my G, you've got to unchain yourself. Attach yourself to necessary things, bro. Attach yourselves to things so that you get the call up, especially when you're hot. You have to. Exactly. Chawala built a lifelong international career with one goal. For him to even go to some charity match with the greats. The greats, he was there. It's important because Mr. Pelala, because this, as we all know, this football career thing doesn't last very long, bro. It doesn't. It does not. So now I will say all the time to every single football player. Every single football player. My dog, if you're outside and you are busy trying to influence, trying to develop your social media brand, trying to get your numbers up, trying to position yourself, continue. As long as your performances match, you will get the brands. Everything will align. Because exactly, Nota, you train 2 hours a day. What else must I do? Like, what else must I do? I must go through film every day. Work on my technique 15 hours a day. It doesn't work. It's unrealistic. Because at the end of the day, I think we forget these guys at work. They are at work. It's just that it gets skewed because these people, these human beings are doing something that we all love. Then we don't take into consideration that this is a profession. They clock in, clock out. Clock in, clock out. It's just that this thing that we have, this affinity we have for this job, for this sport, we don't see it as a job, we just see it as a passion. And you are lucky to be there. Mara, even something that you love, that you're passionate about, when it becomes a job, you can lose the love of it. There's also that. It's a real thing. Because you can't go through film every day, dog. What do you think? What must happen? I can't have any... I mustn't be on my phone? Because, look at what... 20-something-year-olds. Bro, they gotta live their best life. Social media is there. There to be used. There to be taken advantage of. This is why you get the pros. You can get the American basketball players. Now they are into the YouTube. You got Paul George that had his podcast. You've got Jeff Teague now that's retired. That has his podcast and it's booming. Draymond Green had his podcast during the playoffs. Draymond Green was shooting YouTube videos and putting up YouTube videos during the playoffs. During the playoffs. So he understands. Because even that, when you put out all this commentary of your performance, of what's going on in and around you, during such a prestigious time, such a competitive time, such an important time in your season, because the playoffs are the most important thing. That's what everyone's competing to be at and win the chip. When you are doing that, now you see him was on TNT and with Kenny and them. Next thing he's gonna be on ESPN, because also his career is coming to an end. There's understanding of that. So honestly, right? And all in all, I will always say, give these niggas grace, bro. Give these guys grace, and I understand. So long as you put the time on the training pitch, so long as you do what you need to do, and your coach tells you do this, do that, bro. What more do you need? You perform on the pitch. Saturday haitla, Sunday haitla, midweek game haitla. You're kitted up and you perform. What more do we want? Exactly, Ndota. And I think, Ndota, I think what Utumele Khune is saying, right? I think he doesn't understand it fully, or he should, but I think it may not have taken as much effort as it would take with these other young ones, right? With all these other players, because Khune is a captain of the national team, was a captain of Chiefs, the biggest club in the country. These things just came to him. It just came to him. You don't have to go in and tabalaza this thing and kharasa this thing. But he should understand why they need to do this thing. You would like to believe he would understand. Not come out and say, you all are just being social media influencers. Where's the context? Why don't you add some meat on the bones to this thing? Sometimes explains as if they are from a different planet than the current place. Yes, Talu. Like, it's as if, and I feel like sometimes, imagine Khune and Minnie Dlamini at the height of what they were doing, popular as they were, was happening today. In this era of social media. It's not tabloids anymore. It's a TikTok, it's Twitter, it's Facebook, it's everything that's just happening consistently. You're always in the public eye on the phone, because the phone, this thing, is the second screen. Sometimes it is the only screen. What do you mean? There would be influencers for sure. You tabalaza this thing. Get brands here and there. Because this idea of saying, because chances are, next thing, if anything, if it was Khune and Minnie Dlamini, and was influencing what it is today, what it was yesterday and it is today, right? If Minnie Dlamini and Thingy were a thing, and they were popular and they were in their primes, they would have be selling some couple something. Having some couples account. Doing TikTok dances. Being the it couple that people can and brands can tap into and grab onto. That didn't happen back then. It wasn't like that. So now why you, bro, let the guys hunt, dog. You can be a professional and still be on your phone. You can be a professional and still whip out your phone and record something. You can. I wish more people would see it as a brand building thing, a brand building exercise. Hey. Like, hey. There's more to this thing. There's a reason why. You know, Brad, we all remember. Who's this? When Jude Bellingham got number 5 shirt. Right. Guess number 5 gets signed for Real Madrid. Huge. Massive. What? Jude, so young. What do you mean? Goes to Madrid and then does this celebration. This celebration that stuck with everybody to a point where even his haircut, how he cut his hair, all brand, championship material, Timothy. These things are important. These things matter. You build this thing. You build this thing. But what's important for me, like I'll reiterate again, perform on the field. Once you perform on the field and you do your job to the gods. These things, you take that performance, that popularity, you align it to this brand. Now you got everyone doing this thing now. Iconic. This Sally becomes iconic. Iconic. Done with you. Gigi's already doing it. Who's Gigi? His career's coming to an end and he's killing it on TikTok brands. Yeah, bro. Career's coming to an end. Make it happen. Oh, Lynn. Oh, okay. Yeah. Figo, yes. And this is my thing. This is my thing. When Namtambo said it to me, he's like, hey dog, we must dog and have conversations and go to the events. Even if they invite you, go. Don't just say no. You're building relationships that will serve you beyond your playing career. This is why Teko Modi says Teko. He's him. He is the brand. The way he presents himself. No one's out there calling Teko a fashionista or whatever. He's got an air of authority. He's built that over the years. You go out there, you see him clean all the time. And this is why Ulinda dresses the way he dresses, presents to himself the way he presents himself. Because when you meet him, you need to know, this is me. And that sets sentiment. That makes people think of you in a certain way. He's clocked it. He's clocked it. He must clock it. And build from there. So let's just not be saying, nah, they are just social media influencers. These people are just influencers. They're not players. They're not professionals. No, man. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let us not do that. I don't like that. But then again, I must watch the whole video, or the whole interview with Tumelo Khune, because maybe he does give context. Maybe he does. And now spoken for about a half an hour for no apparent reason. You know, it's just something that I thought about, and I just had to just speak on. I just speak on it while I'm here, because and yes, the ex-pros, they don't help. Because all they do is criticize. All they do is speak ill of the current players. They don't help. You know, they actually don't help like that. They don't really assist and perhaps guide. None of that. It's criticize. And I think sometimes Bachala to be earning the money that they're earning. Bachala to be getting such popularity and notoriety. Bachala for these players to get such brands. I think so at times. I think more not dogs at times. What's up, KG? That's what I think. You know, and that could be the case. So maybe they wish for such a thing. They wish for such an opportunity that they could have gotten way back when. Because obviously, the ones that used to earn, the ones that are playing now, are earning far more than the other ones prior. Because there's so many other avenues to make money beyond just playing. You know. But anyways, guys, that was my little rant for today. That was my little rant. I just had to just get that out there. Wabona agent, this is my, you see, this is the chat. This is the chat. Because, and the thing is, brand ambassador and influencer, you know, mehluko. What is the difference? When they're busy doing fish and chips, what is it? Busy endorsing fish and chips, that whole chain. We're not influencing. Different medium, different sort of execution, but really, is it so different? Waiting for the FA Cup draw. No, I really wasn't waiting for the FA Cup draw, to be very honest with you. To be very frank with you. I wasn't even thinking about the FA Cup draw. You know, it's I wasn't, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was not. You know, but these people, dog. Let the young ones do young things and find a way to eat. And find different ways to eat. Let them do that thing, but they sharp. I said. Then everything from there. Or mnati. Just saying. That's just my 2 cents. But anyways, guys, let me love and leave y'all. This thing has just Nissan Tara sharp, you know. Nissan Tara the way, not the way that I would have liked to. To be honest, football players' weakness is the same. It's not social media. It's alcohol and girls. Oof. You know, why are girls such a problem? Like, why? Like, why are they such a problem? What's up, Tindy? No, listen, those right, they can rise free kicks are incredible. Why? Why is it that Basadi become an issue for us? For players particularly. And easy, man. I think if we're being frank, a lot of us, we Sfunimali, right? And a lot of us in this money of ours that we want, want women, want to get the baddest one with the fattest ass, the prettiest toes, and the prettiest face. And the moment you get that money, you want to get the baddest. And understand why it becomes a distraction. I get it. You know? No, Tendi Nekibwaka. What do you call this thing? Khune saying that our professional footballers now get the social media influencer. Has to be professional. What's up, Grotman? Grotman le tuzaza. Like, guys, I feel like it's natural, dog. Like in the life we're living. Dog. Like you want this and you want this attention. You have this profession. It makes you money. When you make money and you have notoriety, what's up, Donna? And you have notoriety, the woman will follow. Happens to everybody. Happens for everybody. It's not as prevalent outside. Go to Europe, you don't. It's not as prevalent. Oh, these people are slicing. They are because we don't know. We don't see them like that. They're insulated, right? Insulated. So when agent says the issue is not social media, it's women and alcohol, I'm like, ooh. I hear that. You know, if like Undota's saying, right? You like Undota's saying that come from a broken home and you have no guidance. You don't know what stability looks like. You know, there's no one saying to you, saying, Tana, move this way, don't move that way. No one is saying that to you. As a professional. No one saying that to you. If you lack that guidance, of course it's going to get shaky-wakey. Of course it's going to get shaky-wakey. Very shaky. Like, shaky-wakey. So now when you bump into a couple of towels in your account, it's happened to all of us as Majita. Ore, ngeni mali. Yolandi. Hello, Yolandi. Shout out. Oh, this is on YouTube. Guys, please, by the way, please go follow him. Please go subscribe on YouTube, please. I'm also on YouTube. Like, I'm streaming this on YouTube and I put these things out on YouTube. Shout out to Yolandi on YouTube. That the moment the money comes in, immediately you start hearing the song Isaga, dog. Isaga starts playing in your head. Sagalavuga, Sagalavuga, You're like, Harbatsene, dog. Harbatsene. And now you realize to yourself, hey, Lemali, dog. It comes in every week. Without a doubt, comes in every week. No one's encouraging the players to say, hey, dog. No, dog. Tata Lenyungule and do this. My boy. But what do you mean? I'm at the height of my career. I'm very important. Bro. Therefore, bro. Viano, how way? Because Ndota even mentioned it that in Europe, these people, they say, you need to get married, get stability as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Guys are getting married left, right, and center. All the time and having kids. Busy being locked in. Barona, no. No. Right? It's the thing. Like, I also think that we don't value marriage. It's not something that is necessarily celebrated all that much. Like, it's not. Stability and marriage and hey. These things are more touted. Rugby, you see Kolisi and his wife. You know, that's the brand. You know, they position you like this. You must look like this. What's happening? What is king? There's no role model like that. Where you see these other players that you can look to, you're like, yo, yeah, actually, like ikrele media ka rechte wa ka ke be monate ke be happy and build a family and build off of that. That's not popular. That's not sexy. It's not even branded in any way, shape, or form. What is branded is what happens is that when the camera pans into the crowd, into the VI, into the suites, who's got the baddest one there? And you want to be known as the one with the baddest one there. Like, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. Like you want the baddest dog. We all know as gents. We all know. We all know when you walk in, and you got the hottest girl around. You're good. You feel like you feel good. So men want that as well. The players want that because at the end of the day, these people, these are not just these pros that we just think are just pros. These are human beings. These are human beings. Kimajita, just like you and I. They are not exempt from these rules. Not exempt from environmental stimuli that we all face. It's not exempt, bro. And you're right when I'm not that. As coaches, we need to guide as much as possible. But the coaches can only do so much because you only have this amount of time with them. The thing, you can't be, like someone said, you can't ask teachers to become parents. What's happened is that we've asked teachers to become parents. At the end of the day, it must be the parents must parent. The uncles must uncle. The aunts must aunt. Grandfathers and grandmothers must do their job. Because us that have any contact with the players only have so much influence. But at the end of the day, these, where they come from, where they are, where they go to sleep every day, is what will determine gore ba ntse yang. Look, Antalu, right? What you're saying to prioritize stability over the glitz and the glam. We as people will only follow what is popular, right? If it is popular to be stable, instead of being a paper in the wind, what's going to happen, society as people, naturally, you want to be accepted into the group. You want to be part of this group. So if the group says, in order for you to be part of this group, this population, you need to be a stable motherfucker, you will acquiesce to that. If being stable is popular, if being stable is cool, people will do that. But that's the thing. That's the thing. No, I'm not seeing the draw. What's the draw saying? So these things take time. Things take time. All these influences are real. All these influences, we got Southampton now. We're clubbing those ones. There's no ways of clubbing Southampton. But then again, instead of we're clubbing Mansfield, they were struggling against Mansfield. Oh, interesting. Stability and settling seems to be getting more popular among younger generations. Interestingly, that is interesting. That is interesting. That is interesting. That is interesting. Scamtet, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Yes, we don't have enough role models. We don't. There aren't enough role models of people that show stability, that show when you have a wife and that thing and that grounding, this is what's cool. We don't have that. What we have is, who's got the baddest, dog? Who's got the baddest? Who's got the baddest? They're not Khune, yes. No stability, dog. I mean, no, not celebrated. We need more of those. For it to change, we must change it. We must put to the forefront Bolinda Mdambo, Bofrosla. these kinds of players, or hey, this is what stability looks like. This is a great thing. Labor, nah. Say that thing out. They don't speak on it. If you don't speak on it, nobody knows. Because if we want things to change, we must change the thing. Because culture and tradition, we determine what it is. We can change it at any point in time. We can decide, no more baddies, we want stable women. That's what we want. The women will stop being baddies and become stable women. It's just what it is, dog. We as people determine how society must move. We are the ones. We, us. Like not us sake. We are the Rotmans now. We are the ones that must determine and dictate this is what must happen. And you know, B, what you're saying, Hore, the players nowadays have been involved in less scandals. It's a great thing, you know? It's a great thing. Because maybe they learned from others. They're learning from others' mistakes. Because, you know what? There's a saying that says, a smart man learns from his own mistakes. A wise man learns from others. And seemingly that could be what it is. And Lord, I was about to say, they could just be more private. There could be NDAs. There could be, we don't know, right? But it's important that Hayezwe. It's important. Bro, what we give attention to, what we pour ourselves into, what we like, share, and we do these things for and to, people acquiesce no matter what. No matter what. Because everybody wants to be accepted. Everybody wants to be cool. That's what it is. So even them, just to close off my whole thing, when Itumeleng Khune says these players are becoming influencers, Nakira, sure, allow them. This could be their remedy, one of their remedies to learn, one of their remedies that they are learning from others, from the ex-pros that die without nothing, that die broke, that die with fuck all. So this could be a way for them to ensure that they don't die with nothing. They don't become a footnote, or they don't end up on the streets. And I get it. That's such rhetoric. Relax yourself. Allow them to think. Allow the guys to tap into their social media. Allow them to find a way to make money. But anyways, guys, it's been real. We must, just to end it off, close it off legit. Kunene, we set it. We set the standard. We set the trends. We set what's popular. So it's up to you to decide what the trend should be. It's up to you and I to decide what the standard is. It's up to you and I to decide what is acceptable and what is unacceptable. Anyways, guys, I'm out. It's been real. It's been real. If you want to rewatch this, go to my YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube, because these streams, I want to put them on YouTube as well. If you want to rewatch and share and so on. But yeah, it's been real. Everyone just have a good night. Have a lovely morning and even better Tuesday. And the most perfect rest of the week. Tlalebona, Kausan.